Well, I'm back. Good morning again. Well, it's actually afternoon. Can you believe it? It's 1 o'clock. I have been on the phone for a little while with one of my best friends in the whole wide world. We have so many memories together. We worked together as physical therapists. She worked for me in my business for so many years and was just the most solid, faithful. You knew exactly what to expect with her when she walked into work every day, and she was great. And so, but I told you I was going to cook this chicken soup, and I thought I was going to cook it later, but I thought, while I'm in the kitchen doing all this stuff, I might as well get busy and just do it. So here's what I've got. I've already cut up again some green onion, regular onion, carrots, and what I didn't get cut up and put in there that I wanted to was garlic. So I'm going to come over here and grab some garlic. I'm going to put about 5 cloves of garlic in here. Okay, so I just pop it off and try to get all the papery stuff off of it. And then I think I've shown you before how I do my garlic in a hurry, but this is getting hot, so I want to go ahead with it. So I've got this chicken. This is, I don't even know how much chicken, but a good bit, probably about 12 or 14 little tenderloins. That's what I had, so that's what I'm going to use. But I just pop this garlic, and it makes the paper come off, and it also squishes it so it releases all of its goodness. And then I just pop it over in the skillet along with that's avocado oil in there. I've read some stuff lately about avocado oil, how you don't want to get it too hot or it breaks it down and then it becomes toxic. So I'm going to do some more research on that, and I'll let you know what I find out. But for now, that's what I've got. So really, any kind of oil is kind of what I'm understanding is going to break down under really high heat. So there we go. That's the last one I think I'm going to do. Yeah, I should have done these ahead of time, but kind of slipped my mind. But I do like fresh garlic. That's what I try to use most of the time. But occasionally I forget or I'm out of it. But I buy organic garlic. When I buy garlic, I buy organic when I can, because the dirt is where a lot of the toxins are, the pesticides and things. So garlic grows in the dirt, and so does onion. So I really do want to really try hard to get garlic that is organic if I can. And I usually can't find it at Walmart. Let me show you what I get. Here we go. So, don't you like my little garlic holder thing? So I just buy this. This is organic garlic. You see it's here. And you have to kind of take it and squeeze it and make sure that it's good. That it's not squishy. It should be really hard. I'm just going to chuck that back over there and find my little stir, because I want to kind of brown this garlic. And then I'm going to put this chicken over in here. So I salted and peppered. And I put a little bit of chili peppers in it, not much, so salt and pepper, and, well, I didn't ever get around to the pepper, so let me pepper it. I like to put a good, and then I'm just going to kind of stir it up like this, and I'm just going to drop it over in this pan, because I'm just really browning it. I think I can get it all in there, and I'm going to show you something. You might think, well, that's wasting food, but when you see what I'm talking about. So lately, when I bought these little chicken strips, these little chicken tenderloin strips, I'm flattening that all out in there so it'll brown. And, yeah. Okay, so what I've got here is, I'm going to bring it over there to you so you can see. So this is the chicken. But I took out these tendons, okay? Because nobody really wants to eat those, and they're not really palatable. I mean, you may not notice it if you do a whole chicken breast, but when they do these tenderloins like this, I can cut that out right there. You'll see that tendon is there, and it's tough and chewy, and I just don't want that in my chicken. So I'm gonna pull out as much of that as I can, but I'm also gonna be throwing away a little bit of the chicken, but not too much. You know, I try to get it up next to the, but you know, that's about 1 or 2 little chicken tenderloins, maybe 1. But I just don't want that. I don't want that in my food. I don't, you know, not that it's bad for you, but it's just, oh, that's hot. But it's just not what I want to have in my food. So let me move this cutting board. And this is a delicious Tuscan chicken soup that I'm making. All right, so what I've got in here is onion, green onion, and some carrots. Probably about 10 or 12 green onions, and I cut up the stem pretty good, because these are organic green onions that I love to get. And so I pull them out of the bag, and then I cut off the very tip top, because that's usually where the bad is. And then I pull off these little straggly things, and then I cut the roots off, and then I just dice them. And I put them, I put them in that quiche that I made earlier today, and now I'm putting them in this soup. So I got this on about medium high. I've still got a few chives in here. I'm probably going to cut that up. So let me get my other spatula. I always want to use a spatula that does not that melt. I don't typically use plastic. I typically use wood. So I'm going to flip these over. Can you see? Nope, you can't see. Let me get you in here where you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just flipping this chicken over because I just want it to brown. It's going to cook in the middle in the broth, which I'm fixing to put it in that broth. Don't you like the way we say in South Georgia, we say I'm fixing to? Well, I'm fixing to put all of this in the pan. But I did want to get a little brown taste onto the chicken. I put a little butter in here too. Just going to give it a little more robust taste, I think. All right, so here we go. There we go. And there we go. Okay, I'm almost got all this flipped over. And then I'm just going to let it brown up a little bit. Probably going to chunk a couple of pieces of a little bit of butter in there to give it a little bit more buttery taste. And, okay, where's the butter at? Oh, here, it's over here. Okay. Got one piece that didn't get flipped. There we go. All right. This is Kerrygold butter, by the way. I don't know what kind of butter you use. I think it probably depends on what part of the country that you're from or what country you actually are. Because I do have people from Australia. So this is Irish butter. But you want to get grass-fed butter. I just think it's healthier, has more nutritional value. We want to eat food from cows that eat what we would eat. So since we don't eat grains, I'm not going to eat cows that eat just grain. And a lot of times that's what happens with cows. They just shut up. Same thing with chickens. They just shut up and they eat grains all the time. All right, so while that's browning, I'm going to go into some other steps. So you saw in here what I've got in here. So I have sauteed some mushrooms. That's a whole pack of, what am I trying to say? What kind of mushrooms are they? Portobello. Yes, bella mushrooms. And this is the sausage that I had done earlier today. So I'm putting that in there. And then I'm going to open up. This is Kettle and Fire bone broth. This is what you want. It is so delicious. I bought these a while back. I know you think, well, that's so expensive. Well, I bought them buy one, get one free. So don't you just love a half price? Hey, Lynn, good to see you. So here we go. I don't even think I've been on the Marco Polo this morning, Lynn, but I'm going to get there. All right, so there we go. This is a little tricky getting it open sometimes. So I'm going to just, come on out of there. So that's one I think it might take a little bit more than 2, but we'll see. Now, I don't want to cook this chicken too long because I don't want it to get tough and hard, so I think that's enough. I'm going to go ahead and get my little, and put it over in here because I think it's done enough. Trying to get any pieces that are too big out of there. That piece didn't cook much, but it'll finish cooking in this broth. It may not be quite as brown as I wanted it to get, but I don't want it to get tough. Because that's what it'll do if you cook it too long. So here we go. Right over in there. I'm going to get all that goodness out of there. Okay, here we go. All right. Now I'm going to bring this over here where you can see it a little better. And so I'm going to get this other box of Kettle and Fire chicken broth, chicken bone broth. You always want to use bone broth rather than just chicken broth if you can. And the difference is bone broth has been cooked with the bone, all right, and for a long time, like several hours. People that make their own, and I have done that before, but honestly, I don't know, maybe in my next life I'll do that. I just hadn't gotten around to doing that yet. But, so there's that, and look at that. It just looks really, really delicious. So now I'm gonna let that get hot, all right, and come to a boil, and then I'm going to add well, I really think it needs a little bit more broth, and I'm kind of disappointed about, well, I'm not disappointed, but yeah, because I got to open this whole thing and I don't know when I'm going to use it, but it's okay. I'll just decide to make, I don't have another small one. Let me stir this. So this is Trader Joe's organic chicken broth too, and it's good. It's just, to me, not quite as good as Kettle and Fire as far as the taste of it. All right, and then what I'm going to do, I have cut up this spinach that's in here. You know, I didn't want it to be so big of pieces, so I've mostly cut it up. I'm putting a whole batch of that in there. I think I'll break up a little bit more of it just because, I mean, it's going to wilt and you wouldn't even know that it's not. I put the stems and everything in there because you'll see it just wilts right down. And yeah, I'm going to cut up this last little bit of chives just because I don't want to waste it, and put in there. Chives has a little different taste than just regular onion, so I'm going to just put that in there, just clipping it right off. Chives like this are really good when you're making like a dip with cream cheese and you put fresh chives in it. Yep, that smells good. Okay, so I think I've got everything in here, and I always look around and see. So the last thing to go in is what? Who can tell me what goes in last when you're making a chicken? This is Chicken Tuscan Soup. It doesn't have any tomato in it. It has spinach, mushrooms, onions, a little bit of carrots. I could literally put a few more carrots in there just for color. I'm going to stir it up here and see. Let me see if I can bring you over a little bit closer and let you get a little bit more in there. There you go. And see just how that's looking. And honestly, I think, well, that broth is, I mean, that spinach is going to wilt down. And then what's going to happen, anybody got any thoughts? I do want to taste this broth and make sure that it's salty enough. So, grab a spoon over here. Okay, here we go. Let me try it. I'm just going to taste a little bit of the broth. I think it could use a little more salt. So I'm just going to do a little bit, a few shakes around the top. And then you see I have the sherry cooking wine over here. I may or may not put that in there. I like it, but sometimes I can get a little heavy-handed with it. So if I put it in there, it'll be like 2 tablespoons. I won't even put 1/4 of a cup. But it's just kind of up to you. But I do like it in there. So as soon as this comes up to a boil, I'm going to add what's the secret? Last secret ingredients. Hint, hint. Heavy whipping cream. I'm going to add heavy whipping cream. It's going to make it so creamy and delicious. But I don't want to add this. I don't want this heavy whipping cream to boil for very long, because if it does, it's going to break down. And that's what happens with any kind of cream or milk. If you get it too hot, it breaks down and then it gets clumpy. It tastes pretty much the same, but it's just not what you want to do. All right, so while that's doing that, let me just talk to you a minute. So I talked to you this morning about aging, getting stronger, and I just spent, we talked, I don't know, 45 minutes on the phone with this friend of mine, and she's a physical therapist too, and has been for, I don't know, probably 40 years. I've been doing it 46 years, 38 years, something like that. And, you know, she said it just hit me, the awareness of how, you know, I can lose weight, but if I'm not getting stronger, I'm going to end up like my patients with the fatal 5 F's. Okay, so first of all, fatigue. That's what's going to happen when you don't have strong bones and you don't have a strong body. Fatigue. And then that leads to frailty. And then that leads to falls, which leads to fractures, which leads to what? A failure. I mean, just failure in life, because you're failure to thrive. That's what frailty is, failure to thrive. And you see that. That's actually a diagnosis that is put on the chart, failure to thrive. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to be that. We want to be thriving. And she said to me, she said, you know, Nancy, I want to be 80, 85, and she probably will be, because she's looks like a picture of health. She has gained some weight, but she's going to be working on that. But she said, I don't want to be in a nursing home, because we have done that nursing home care, and we know that's no fun. You want to be independent. And so I took care of my mom and literally had to lift her from, she weighed, 80, 90 pounds, and then she lost down to 67 pounds. And I lifted her from bed to chair and chair to bed. But I could do that. And I was 60 years old at the time, but I could do it because I was strong. So that's why we want to get strong. So if you want a link, if you want to get my workout video, I recorded 3 for $7. That's not very much. I think you're worth it. That'll get you started, okay? So I'll put the link below. And I'm also going to send out an email with this recipe and this video. So I'll be sending that out. That'll probably go out tomorrow or Monday. I'm going to put the quiche video one day and the soup recipe the other day. This is just about to boil here. I want to taste it. I might add a little bit of spices to it. Yeah, I think I will add some Italian spice. That's cumin. I don't want to add that. So I'm going to add about a teaspoon of Italian spices. I mean, after all, it is a Tuscan soup, okay? Yep. I just shook it out into the lid. I didn't measure, but maybe a teaspoon and a half. I'm going to let that cook a little bit, and then I'm going to add. So check the link. If I don't have your email, let me know. Just say email, and I'll give you the link for the email. Or you can put info, and you'll automatically get added to my email list. So I've got over, about 5,000 people on there that get my email. So be sure you check your email, check your spam folder, all that for it when you do sign up for my email, to make sure you're getting it. Because I send about 2 or 3 a week. I've slowed down a little bit, but I'm about to pick it back up because I'm going to be offering a new challenge coming up. So if you are interested in joining that, you need to let me hear from you. Yep. And, yeah, I'm having such great results. So I had a text from one of my clients yesterday. I think I posted it in my story. She's lost weight. She's come off her... not glipizide, but something like that. And her A1C is down. She's walking. She's lost weight. She's feeling better. And isn't that what we want? We want to feel better. I mean, yeah, everybody wants to drop a few pounds around the middle, but if you're feeling better, that's even more. Let me throw this in the trash. Okay, so now what's next? Come join me and help me wash dishes. Yeah, I'm about to wash dishes. So I'm going to put about a cup of heavy cream in here. And that's going to be so, so good. Yep. I might even put a little bit more because I did have a good bit of chicken, maybe a cup and a quarter. Save enough for my coffee in the morning. All right, so that's it. And I'm going to cover this, and we're going to have some good soup for the afternoon for the ball game. Georgia's playing for Florida today, so it's going to be fun. I'm going to get outside and work in the yard. It is so beautiful out here now. Let me just show you behind me, out my kitchen window. You see all that's out there. Don't cut those blooms off the hydrangea, even though they don't look very pretty. They're actually feeding the plant. And so right out there is my camellias. I've got, all kind of hydrangeas growing around there. But I'm going to get over here and work. My zinnias are just beautiful right now, so I can't pull them up yet. But I'm ready to put something else in that bed for right now. But y'all have a good afternoon, and let me hear from you.